And we are live. What up, players? Welcome to episode 171 of Player Life. Women give dating advice. It is September the 19th September the 19th here in Tokyo, Japan. What is good? What is up? Hope you are well. My God. Oh my God. Yeah. Yesterday was an interesting day. An interesting day to say the least. Oh God. Yeah. Working with women can be very stressful. Very, very stressful. And learned a good lesson yesterday that you can apply the same dating rules to working with women. And one of the rules I'm going to apply going forward, if I ever have to work with women again, is that if they ever show any kind of hesitation or negotiation or any kind of snarkiness, any kind of rudeness, I'm just gonna next them so fast, so fast, because it's just not worth it dealing with unreliable chicks. Chicks are so flaky. It's unbelievable. Super fucking flaky. I don't know. They're just totally unreliable. So unbelievably unreliable. Go More Hike says, I saw some clips from John's Instagram stories. Good stuff. Yeah, I mean, yeah, we made it work. We're always going to make it work. But, when you're supposed to do a job and chicks flake at the last moment, even though they guarantee that they're going to be there and they'll say this, that, and the other, and their words don't mean shit. The words really don't mean shit. MLD said his chick canceled on you guys. Well, one chick did, but it was all good. We got other. You always have backup. That's the good thing. We're very aware that chicks are flaky and they can cancel. But the thing is, when you're aware of that, you have backup. You double buck. You have more than one option. That's what, as a man, you need to have more than one option. So it's fine. We made it work. Because we have options, we understand female nature, but nonetheless, it's still annoying. That's my point. When but it is what it is. That's a good lesson, and we already had system in place for chicks that flaked, but it just everything is just it always we're always proven right. We're always proven right. It's in female nature just to be flaky. Yes, one did not show up, and then we had a replacement, so it's all good, no problem whatsoever. But it was very annoying, nonetheless, just having to make extra arrangements. But yeah, once we got down to it, it was a good time. Good time. It's gonna be good stuff, guys. It's gonna be good stuff. We were filming for the sexual escalation scenes yesterday, and speaking of sexual escalation, let's look at the trailer for Pandemic Pickup Delta Variant.
I don't want to overstate it, but a World Health official said the Delta strain is faster, fitter, and will move through communities more efficiently and pick off the unvaccinated.
The president telling Americans to expect more restrictions after internal CDC documents warn the war has changed.
Has increased from 12,431 to 42,323 in just a week. That's an increase of 243%.
Hey, you see this?
Here we go again.
The men are gonna need us.
It definitely will. This is getting crazy.
It's time to unite.
Let's do this. There you have it, guys. There you have it. There you have it. So it's going to be pandemic pickup Delta variant, September 30th. Access to pandemic pickup 1.0. 10 online modules on online game mastery featuring modern life dating. 10 modules on day game featuring Mac the Day Gamer. Exclusive modules on consensual sexual escalation with female model, which we filmed yesterday. It's going to be pretty good, honestly. Pretty damn useful. Really good stuff. The stuff I included in that is stuff I genuinely have been using for years. This stuff works 9 out of 10 times. You know, it really does work. The stuff you're going to see in these escalation modules are stuff I actually do in real life, like with girls that I'm gaming, girls that I pick up from day game, from night game, wherever, from dating apps. This stuff works. This is stuff you're going to actually see exactly how I game these girls when I get them back to my place. 5 webinars on Pure Games starting October 6th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Telegram chat for Pure Pickup Game until the end of the year. So that's that. You know, it's going to be pretty dope. So, you know, get on, let me see. I'll put the link in the chat. So go to my homepage, scroll down to the bottom of the page. Let me share. Yeah, maybe you guys have done this already, but if you haven't done it, let me just share it. Go to my homepage, scroll down to the bottom of the page, put your best email in here, and then you will be kept up to date with the pandemic pickup Delta variant course. All right, so yeah, that's that. Pretty good. There was some flakiness yesterday. We got everything. We got all the scenes filmed pretty efficiently, might I say. Yeah, but good times indeed. Yep. God. MK3504. What up, brother? What is good? Fredo7. My buddy is 38. He thinks he's too old to date and he wants kids. What you recommend on how to get a wifey? Just be make these chicks fall in love with you. I don't know about getting a wife. I mean, if you want to find a wife, I mean, you're gonna have to find a girl that is gonna fall into your frame, and that is going to fall in love with you, and you have to make her fall in love with you. So in order to do that, you're gonna need to have game, and you're not gonna need to become a high value guy. Is he a high value guy? Is he not? I mean, 38 is not too old. I mean, that's insane. That is insane to think that being 38 is too old. Not by a long shot. I mean, I did a boot camp, what they say, on Friday. So, 2 days ago. And with a guy in Tokyo, and he's 38. And he seriously killed it. It kind of surprised me a lot when I met this guy. I thought, I don't know how well he's gonna do. Um, he said he was shy and he was nervous about doing cold approaches. But we talked and I told him what to do. I told him simple process. Compliment, introduction, question. Or very different, or and various combinations of openers. And this guy, like, I'm not kidding. That we approached so many girls. Well, he approached so many girls because I was pointing out a lot of girls. There's a girl over here, a girl over there. She's good to approach, you know. And he did he got over a 50% strike rate, as in he closed and he got their number with over 50% of them. I was blown away. I couldn't believe it because they're insane numbers for doing cold approach. So he was doing something right. And he was doing what I told him. Like, he was doing what I told him. Either opening with, do you speak English? And then following on from there, or sometimes he would compliment them, introduce himself, talk to them a bit about this and that, and close the number, and it was very successful boot camp. And he's 38. So, I mean, and these were young, hot girls. Like, I was not sending him in to like approach low hanging fruit. I was sending him in to like the hot girls that we saw on the street. Like, I was not giving him easy pickings. Not at all. So he's nuts if he thinks he's too old. Maybe maybe he looks too old. Maybe he hasn't been taking care of himself. Maybe he needs to I don't know, better care of himself, because I don't know, it must be something like that, because 38 is not old for dating at all. He might need to get to the gym or something. I don't know, because that's like prime dating material. That's like prime, like being 38-year-old man. That's when you should be like really killing it in game, like really, like seriously, like being like a complete savage, like, because you're old. You should be like, you have that little bit of you have not a little bit, you should have a good bit of experience, depending on the person. Some people don't have that much experience, but it's not too late. Tell them to start watching my show. God damn, 38. No, like that's not for a woman, that's old. Men and women are not the same. For a woman, 38 is like, it's over. It's over. Yeah, but that's my 2 cents on that. John E. Royal says, peace, G. What's up, bro? Bijan No Rosie says, yo, what's up, Mac? What's good, man? John E. Royal says, nice shades. Thank you, brother. Go More Hike says, 38, question mark. That's not old. I'm in my 40s. 100%. I mean, 38 is like, in the dating market. Maybe if you want to be a pro boxer at 30, maybe if you're just getting into boxing and you want, or MMA, you just want to start doing like like a sport like that at 38. Maybe it's a bit old for that. But for dating, no, like that's like, dude, 38 is fucking, yeah, you should be killing it, like, when you're 38. Obviously, depending on what you've been doing with yourself and how well you've been taking care of yourself and all that. But it's still not too late. Even if you haven't, even if you haven't been taking care of yourself in the gym and you're not that fit, you can, you better start, because it's not too late. You can get that shit taken care of. Bring It On says, my opener is asking for directions. From there, I accuse them of not being from around the area. Is this good? I mean, you can ask them for directions. I mean, it's are you a foreigner in a foreign country? There's one I use a lot in Japan, and it's like, excuse me, do you speak like, I say it sometimes, you can say it in English or Japanese, but sometimes I say it in Japanese, like, can you speak English? And the reason I do that is because you can judge a lot from their reaction to me asking them, can they speak English? It's not relevant if they can. It's not. For me, I can speak Japanese, so it doesn't really matter. But it's a nice. It's kind of like a sneaky opener, just like because I can judge, especially in certain environments, like a busy, like a bookshop where it's very quiet and it's awkward. If you come in with a compliment, the girl's gonna be very awkward and shy about it because she's like getting like she's getting hit on and other people around her know it. But if you come in with like, kind of stealth mode, like, and it's not because you're embarrassed about hitting on a girl. You should not be at all. You should be like you should completely not give a fuck about what other people think. But for her sake, because you want the girls to be comfortable. If they get uncomfortable, they're gonna bounce or they're gonna ignore you or they're gonna walk away, make an excuse and walk away. So you do this for her sake. You do the stealth mode for her sake. It's not like you're being a weasel or being like sneaky or anything. It's for her sake. It's to make the situation less awkward in certain situations. Certain situations you don't need to use stealth mode. If it's out in a busy street and not many people aren't, it's kind of noisy and you don't need that. But if it's like certain environments, like a bookstore or something like it, like where it's quiet and shit, and it's like gonna be fucking and there's people around you near you. It's like you want to be very like calculated and kind of stealthily approach them and smoothly and calmly and like be conscious of your voice, the tone of your voice and stuff. You don't want to be like blurting it out. You don't want to be blurting it out when the whole store can hear you talking can hear your conversation. Particularly in Japan, this is more like Japanese game. Japanese girls get like seriously embarrassed like over the smallest of shit. Mighty Cabbage says, "What's your opinion of Thai women? Have you been to Thailand?" Yes, I've been to Thailand. Went to Bangkok for a few days. I mean, Bangkok. It's a weird city. It's like there's a big contrast between rich and poor there. I mean, it's a fun city, but I don't know. They're not as fine. You see some beautiful girls there, but they're not as fine as Japanese girls. It's hard to match the Japanese level, the way Japanese girls just put so much effort into maintaining every detail of their body. Like it's so hot, it's sexy. Thai women, little rough around the edges. They might not have the money to be maintaining their. Japanese women spend like they get their hair done, their nails done, like skin care, like they get laser hair removal, all that kind of shit on the regular. So the end result is a supple, sexy, smooth, soft, feminine female. Girls from poorer countries are not going to have the same kind of skin care and same kind of like their nails aren't going to be done as it's just that's just my honest opinion about it. But Thai women, yeah, they can be kind of cool, but I haven't that much experience with them. But the one thing I don't like, and it sounds like a bit of a stereotype, but when they come to Japan or when they come to Western countries, what annoys me a lot about girls that come from poorer countries is that if they're good looking in any way, even if they're not, which is very annoying, and I just don't deal with them at all. But they'll expect to be looked after. They're almost all of them are looking for sugar daddies, and that's my experience. And it's like, yeah, get the fuck out of here. Like it's no. That's my honest opinion. It's a stereotype, but it's true in my experience. It's very true. Like so that annoys me, and I don't want to deal with girls like that. I don't want to deal with girls that are like I don't know what it is. I think it's them coming from a poor country, and then they want to expect to be looked after, and they want like more or something. There's a big emphasis on money and stuff amongst them. when they're dealing with men. It's like, it's insulting for me. It's like, it's an insult for any woman to expect me to pay for her company in any way. If any woman gives me any hint of that, I will next her so fucking hard, like you won't even believe it. Like, and you should too. Like, any woman that gives you any hint of like you're gonna be paying for this in like date or anything like that, yeah, I don't mean you're obviously going to be paying for the drinks. If you're a man on the date, you're obviously you're not going to be going 50-50 on drinks and stuff. But what I'm talking about is a little bit different. These girls are expecting, I don't know, it's almost like prostitution or something. And obviously not all of them, oh, just to protect myself, but this is what I've experienced and this is what I see. Even the girls from Thailand that are on dating apps, random one. I'm not even on any dating apps right now. But the ones I used to see on Tinder and Bumble and stuff like that, there'd be some little sneaky thing about them looking like they're a hooker. Like they'd have their WhatsApp number on their profile, and if a girl has that on her profile, it's like, okay, she's a hooker. Like no fucking girl puts her number on her dating app unless they're a prostitute. So stay away from girls like that. Speak some Japanese for the cam. Konnichiwa. Ohayou gozaimasu. Genki desu ka? There you have it. Harry Zico's in house. What's up, brother? Smash the like button, bros. Smash that up. Mighty Cabbage says Bangkok sucks though, man. I mean, I thought it was, it was something different anyway. I didn't think it sucked. It was pretty dirty in some parts, but it was, I enjoyed buzzing around. It was a nice change from Tokyo. It was like, Tokyo's so clean and pristine. I love it that way, but it was kind of nice to go to somewhere a little wilder, a little bit more on the wild side. But variety is the spice of life. I don't think I'd want to live there. Tokyo is just way too good. Oh God. Yeah, so let me check something. Yeah, so today I want to do a critique of models that are giving dating advice, dating do's and don'ts. Apparently they were critiquing Fresh and Fit, so I'm gonna see what they have to say. Let me see. Gilmore Hack says, how long did it take for you to get comfortable there in Japan on the dating scene? It took me a while, man. I mean, a couple of months. I mean, but it's still a learning. It was a learning process for quite a while. At least a year. I mean, after a month. I mean, I was getting laid within the first month, but it was a fucking learning process, and I got better and better and better. And to this day, I'm learning things. I'm still learning things. Like, to this day, no matter how good you are, you should be aiming to learn more things. But you'll be getting, you learn the basics. It doesn't take that long. Depending on how you're approaching it. Are you exclusively using dating apps? Are you exclusively trying to source chicks from night game, or are you like me, where you're exclusively doing day game and you're just getting super hot girls, picking them up from the street or the park or the coffee shop or wherever it may be? And in my experience, nothing beats it. Nothing beats day game. Nothing has beaten day game yet for me. Like, as in the results I get from it. The results I get from day game have never compared. Nothing compares to them. Night game, dating apps. They've never given me the quality of girl that I've gotten from just from cold approach, from seeing a really hot girl in public or wherever, approaching her, getting her number, taking the date, and smashing. It's just very hard to do that from other. It can be done, but it's more effort. more effort and more frustrating. I would say more. It's more frustrating than anything, because the most frustrating thing about dating apps is that a lot of the time you deserve better, like for a fact. And it's not like you have a blown out ego or something. Some guys might not deserve better. They might not. But I knew I deserved better than what I was getting, what I was matching with a lot of the time on dating apps. And if there's ways to maximize your profile, and if you want that, I mean, a big part of the pandemic pickup Delta variant course is that it's going to focus, it's going to have modules on how to maximize your dating apps and how to get the best results from them. But yeah, let me share the. I have to get to this fresh and fit critique, or the I'll get it up here.
Hi, my name is Sophia De Passier. How old are you and what do you do? I'm 23 and I'm a model.
I'm Cecily. I am 24 next week.
Oh my God. Happy anniversary.
I am so many things: model, entrepreneur, anything creative.
But we're gonna take a little break, and you guys will see us back shortly.
Okay, no.
I was gonna clean my room until I got high.
I don't know, like
Also,
the
the tequila over here.
I was gonna say,
I was like, right now it's for decoration.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I die mid-podcast. Are we recording?
Oh,
So we're gonna read some questions. A lot of these questions, they're really not that great, and
Please.
okay.
Okay. Okay.
Are you going to Chick-fil-A?
Yes. Can I have like the
Yeah.
chicken nuggets?
Yeah. You guys are in amazing, healthy relationships. Happy for you guys. What are, I guess, something you would look for in a guy, like a turn on, for example?
To me, I know it's like cliche or whatever, but like personality to me is
I'm
everything.
saying,
You know,
yeah.
everyone thinks it's just looks.
no, like everything. Like that's a
It's
turn on
not.
person. Like that person could be like the hottest guy ever, and he's like an
asshole,
asshole,
Or like just
cocky,
super
just like
lame, and like, you know what I
Literally,
mean? Like
just
those guys
kill the
that are
vibe.
like, yeah. So what's your vibe?
Do you think, would you still
So fun. Yes, girl. Yes. What's this trend? I could not live in America. It would just be too annoying. Just the annoying fucking slang. The slang they use is so fucking annoying. It's just like yes, yes. Like, shut the fuck up. Anyway, god damn, man. If I was around these kinds of chicks all the time, I don't know what I'd do. I would just like yeah, so what they're saying is, oh yes, girl, yes, like personality's king, and like it's like, okay, personality does matter, like that's part of game, uh personality is like, having a good personality and being chill and being relaxed and being interesting is important, but they're like, oh, looks don't matter. Oh, yes, girl, yes. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Like, looks do matter. And that, we talk about this all the time, MLD and myself, and MLD says looks do matter. Like, it's not that looks are the only thing. Oh, looks are the only thing, but you try online dating with terrible looks, and you come back to me. You might have the best personality in the world. You might be the best guy. None of these bitches, 1, 2, 3, none of them, not one of these bitches will give a fuck about how good a personality a guy has if he looks like shit on a dating app. And all these bitches you're using dating apps, don't doubt that for a second. They don't give a fuck about personality when they're choosing guys to go on dates with. So the thing is, guys, personality does matter. So they're right. It does matter for women. It's an important aspect, but the reason looks are important is because you need the looks to get in the door. If you don't have the looks, they're not going to let you in the door. None of these bitches will let you in the fucking door if you look like shit. They're like, oh yes, girl, yes, yes, like fucking jerking each other off, just jerking each other, flicking each other's bean off, and like, yes, girl, yes, like personality number one. It's like no, they want personality as a bonus. They want that's the bonus point. Like, so they want a really hot guy that has a good personality, because they're used to the Chad guys fucking dicking them down and just kicking them out, and they're just freaking out. They're all being kind of alpha widows here, and just like flicking each other's bean, but they're just full of shit. Like, so the one aspect so in one way, I'm agreeing that personality does matter. I'm not saying it doesn't, but it's not enough. No, certainly not. Jesus Christ. I mean, if your reps were high enough and you did enough cold approaches and you have amazing game and a good personality and all that, you're eventually gonna run into a hot chick that will give you the time of day and you will smash her, but your probability is going to be way lower because the thing is, like, if you don't reach a certain mark, if you don't get to a certain level of looks, these chicks won't give you the chance. They won't give you the opportunity to spit your game. They won't give you the chance to like let your personality be seen. They won't allow you, so don't listen to these bitches, right? Really don't. They're full of shit. Looks do matter. You do need to hit the gym. You do need to be well dressed, all that shit.
Still hook up with a guy if they were like lame, but they were like super attractive.
No. It turns me off. Yeah. It's like personality is everything. We're all gonna get old at some point. We're all gonna
So you
like our bodies are gonna change.
Yeah, looks aren't gonna last that long.
You know what I'm saying? But like obviously if you're attractive, it's like a plus,
Yeah.
Like everything.
One of them said, "Looks ain't gonna last that long. Looks ain't gonna last that long for you, bitches. That's for sure." Yeah. But now she's saying, yeah, looks are a plus. Looks are more than looks. Looks are important, guys.
It could be a plus. Like if you're successful, it's a plus. Like but that it's not everything.
Like I have to be like somewhat sexually attracted, but like let's say like you're a 5 and like you're hilarious. Automatically you just got like 3 extra points. Like now you're an 8 out of 10. Like
If you're a 5, okay, the problem here is if you're a 5 out of 10 guy, a bitch like this, an entitled kind of feminist chick like this is not going to let you in the door. And I mean, that might be all right because you're not going to want to hook up with a chick like this. Well, you might want to smash, but you're certainly not going to date. You want to date a chick like this. But the reality is, like, if your reps are high enough, the thing about cold approach and day game is that you like chicks will be more likely to hear you out. Like if you're in a nightclub or something on a dating app, if you're on a dating app and you're a 5 out of 10 and looks like you're not gonna match with a chick like this in a million years, right? Same thing goes for nightclubs, right? So you could be a 5 out of 10, a cool guy, but if you don't cut it, she's not going to hear you out. She's not going to listen to you. But the thing about cold approach, like day game, like there's a higher chance because the thing about it, in a nightclub, it's like it's expected. It's everyone knows why we're there. We're there to mingle with the opposite sex. But in day game, it's not necessarily that. It's like she might want to just hear what you have to say, or like she just doesn't expect you to be hitting. She doesn't expect to be getting hit on. So yeah.
I mean, so have you had past relationships where it's been a little toxic?
Oh, I would say like
icky. But what are some like red flags you could see from a mile away? Since we have, I guess, experience.
So easy.
There's a lot. Let's start with the fact that if you call yourself an alpha, red fucking flag. I'm just gonna put that out there. No,
I have never met, like, I have never met someone that wasn't like the alpha. I've never met anyone to be like, yo, I'm the alpha. Or
like what? That's like ill.
Don't understand. Doesn't mean like what? Like you're the stronger one.
Like alpha, like you're the leader, like the leader of the pack.
Literally what? Like
What what
like what? Relationship, whatever. I feel like once they start like doing things like going through your phone or like those little things, or like if you don't answer like at a certain time period, they start being like, oh my god, like. So I think for me, like that's a turn off.
100%.
Oh my god, and also someone that's like really flashy.
In what sense?
Yeah. In the sense of like, I have like a Lambo, like you're gonna love me, like
entitled rich men. Like just because you got money doesn't mean I'm gonna open my legs for you.
Stupid.
So sorry. Like the entitlement is really screaming.
The thought of it that anyone thinks that really works.
Yes, girl. Like, fucking hell. But, entitled rich men. I mean, just because you're a rich man doesn't mean I'm going to open my legs. Okay, well, it is true. However, it is true that just because you're rich and you have a lot of money doesn't mean girls are going to come to you. However, being rich and having a lot of money is a huge bonus point. Huge bonus point. Like, so let me repeat that. Being rich, having a lot of money doesn't mean that you're just automatically going to get laid if you look like shit. Trust me, I know people that are extremely wealthy. I've met people that are extremely wealthy and they don't get laid. Like they don't get laid because they have no game, right? They have no game. They don't get it. They don't dress well. They just don't understand women, right? So, however, if you have a little bit of game and you have a lot of money and you can leverage that and girls will bow down at your feet. Like women do care about, that's the thing about, that's why MLD says money muscles game. And now he's saying frame because women want more. Women expect more. Men are very simple, very, we just want a fucking hot, feminine, sweet girl, right? That is going to be a freak in the bed, right? That's what we want, And women want more. Women are greedy as fuck. Like women are greedy little creatures. They want guys that have money, muscle, game. They want the whole fucking package, right? And that's why, that's why the whole fucking marketplace is gone fucking loop-de-loop. But yeah.
That's works. I'm sure it works, but like you can't think that like
you try
all
women
are like attracted to that. And it's like but like that doesn't turn women on really anymore. I don't think so. Personally, like I'm gonna be honest, like I do not care what car you drive. It's like I think that's one of now. I think like obviously if you're like if it's a more comfortable car, like yeah, of course, like I think
Cap. She's clearly capping. She doesn't care what car you drive. Shut the fuck up. They do care. They want to, they're probably not going to know that much about cars, but they're like, they probably don't know much about cars, these females, but they, if you're driving a fucking Lambo or Ferrari, they're going to fucking take notice, right? They're going to take notice. All right. Be sure of that.
Most men get cars for other men to see because I think
it's their like makeup and their like
what I mean.
That's what I think. It's busts their ego. It busts their confidence. So
I think they're trying to impress other men. Is what it is. Like, what are you doing that for? If you like racing, go race cars.
Yes, I think you're trying to impress other men. Okay, listen. Men are somewhat trying to impress other men. However, everything men do basically boils down to wanting to get laid. All right? Men are not women. Women do things to impress other women, to show off to other women. Men do things to impress women at the end of the day. Yes, men want to show off to men too, somewhat. However, if it's going to get them laid, they're going to want to show off to a woman. All right? They don't really give a fuck. Like, if a man can get laid, he doesn't really care about showing off to other men. It's more important for men to want to get laid, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Like, so the reason men get up in the morning, the reason we go and work, the reason we fight and try and, get money, get muscles, get game, it's all to get fucking laid, really, It's that's the base level. That's what it boils down to. That's the nuts and bolts of it, right? And there's nothing controversial. So she's projecting here. Men do it, yes, girl. Like men do it to show off to other men. No, really, they actually don't. No, they don't. They do it to show off to other women. and because they want to fucking get pussy, they want to get laid, they want to smash, right? We have balls, right? We have a factory producing sperm every single day, and we have a problem that we need to solve, and that is like we need somewhere to release our sperm, and it's an evolutionary thing. So that is the reason men get up in the morning and try and work hard, and well, some men give up, and that's a reason a lot of men give up. But yeah.
Go on a racetrack. Like, why do you gotta be driving?
again?
Kabooms, bitch. Why are you driving on the highway going like 115, like risking all of like,
that's true.
That's
Very true.
So if you're skirting, like cutting everyone off, like automatically like certified douchebag.
No, another
sorry. Or something juicier, like what's something really toxic that like someone's done, like a guy has done.
Oh my god. Okay.
You don't have to.
Like,
he's really fucking smart. So what he did instead is he went into the search bar of my messages and would type his name. So every single conversation that had his name in it would pop up.
I hate him.
And he would read every single one.
I hate him.
It's fucking crazy. But
I can imagine.
Does anyone want to shop?
No.
Literally, this shit gotta go then. Like, we just look fucking dumb. Putting it there and not.
As a guy, if you're dating a girl, if you're doing things like that, it shows that you don't trust the girl. It shows that it shows that you're very insecure. If you're going into her phone, if you're trying to get a chance to go into her phone and look through her messages and like investigate her, it's like, dude, you should have better things to be doing. It's just kind of an insecure thing. It's not a good mindset to have. It's not a good frame to have. Imagine being caught like looking through your girl's phone. Oh, are you fucking other? It's just weak, right? It's weak. It's better just to not care, because then you have more power. You have more power if you just don't care, right? It's different now. Maybe if you're trying to wife a chick up and stuff like that, and you suspect she did something, or she's lying to you, maybe in that circumstance. But other than that, if you're just smashing chicks, if you have a few plates going, but you're like trying to keep tabs on all your plates and shit, you're a fucking wimp, right? You're a fucking weasel, and you're like, gotta check your messages. Oh, you talking about me? What's this message? My feelings are hurt. No, But yeah, like I said, if you're trying to like wife a chick up, which I don't even recommend, but I don't recommend it, because I'm an advocate of the player lifestyle. Like, obviously, this channel is not like a dating channel. This is a fucking get laid channel. How to fuck chicks, like, it's not like how to wife her up and make her your queen. It's not about, this channel is not about that. It's not about trying to wife chicks up and make them your little queen and, having a nice little traditional family with them. It's not what that's not what this channel is about. I've never pretended it to be anything like that. But yeah. So yeah, my advice is don't give a fuck about what there is in their messages. So don't give a single shit. If you're trying to live the player lifestyle, don't be trying to look through their phones. You should have other things to care about rather than who the fuck she's messaging. Spending time looking through your girl's messages. Oh, did she write about me? It's so weak.
Let's talk about stalkers.
She
knows about stalkers.
Experiences where like they don't leave you alone. Like you want.
I mean, can we talk about how like my ex got a tattoo of my name on himself? He got a fucking tattoo after we broke up. After I blocked him, found out by my cousin.
That's fucking insane. That
is an interesting lesson. Look at how repulsed these girls are by this guy. Fucking loser guy. He must have been a fucking loser. And they are all three of them are absolutely repulsed by this loser guy that got a fucking tattoo of her after she broke up with him. What a fucking beta fucking piece of crap that guy must be. He must be such a weasel. That's the kind of guy that would stab you in the back just to get a whiff of a pussy, you know? What a weasel. Imagine getting a tattoo of a girl after she broke up with you. You must be some desperate simp ass weasel. And imagine what that guy would do to you as another man or to a friend. He would walk over you to get some pussy. He would walk over you. He wouldn't, you know. That's the kind of weasel that you don't want to be around. You don't want to have friends that are getting tattoos of girls, full stop, all right? You don't want to have friends that are getting tattoos of girls that broke up with them on their body. You don't want friends like that. If you have a friend like that, you need to find new friends, right? Because that guy is not trustworthy, right? You know, send him a copy of the Rational Mail or something. But I don't know what to do with a guy like that. If he doesn't listen to you, you need to sit that motherfucker down and slap some sense into him. And if he doesn't listen to you, you need to kick him to the curb, because that is some weasel ass behavior. That is some dangerous ass cuckery going on there. If you're getting tattoos of even if she didn't break up with you, if you're getting a tattoo of your girl's name on your arm or anywhere, you're a weasel. You need to stop.
It's so like that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I've been like stalked in the sense of like someone's followed me, and then like I was gonna say real quick, I was in South Beach and I was walking and I was with my guy friend, and I'm walking and this like guy was with a girl. I passed him and he literally looked me up and down. I just like rolled my eyes, and then I literally heard him say her, and I turned around and I see both of them looking like behind their shoulders back at me, and I literally am like, and they like go back, and I literally was like, I like felt like my blood rise, and like I see them come out from the corner and start to follow us out of nowhere as we're walking back to the car, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Weird how you were with a guy and they still followed you.
Yeah,
that's scary.
That is very scary. And but like whatever, he goes and he finally leaves, and I wait to, and like somebody's like, what's going on? Why are you stopping? And I'm like, no, like I'm not going. And like he was out of earsight, but I was like, he's following me, and I'm like, and I know he's following me. I go, and then so we go to my car, and it's not far from where we were at, and so probably down the street. And so we get there, and like I'm putting all my things in my car, and the guy pulls up on his motorcycle with a girl in the back, and he's like, good to know this one's your car. And he looks at me and just like starts laughing and steps on his gas and goes, and I just like start yelling at him a bunch of profanities and horrible things. And I just was so upset.
That like my heart sunk.
Yeah,
I see why you'd be shaking right now. That's fucking,
and I fucking knew, like it was like, I can't believe that just happened. And I was like, and I got so I was like, you see, I'm like, when I say like, when I like rant about men, I'm like, I'm talking about men like that. Like I'm not talking, you know, I'm like,
it happens too often, like way too crazy, because I had a stalker, and like when we caught him on the cameras and shit, he looked like he's been doing this he was chilling, and like when we banged on the window to let him know that we were there, he just like calmly walked away. So like these guys like are repeat offenders, like they do this to multiple fucking women, which is so crazy. Like all men.
So, you know, that is why guys need to learn game, because I'm not saying that this doesn't happen, women. I mean, you know, there probably are a lot of creepy fucking weird guys out there, but yeah, I mean, the whole thing about teaching game is teaching guys how to not be fucking idiots, not be fucking creeps, not be fucking weirdos, like, and learn how to approach girls, like, just fucking chill, like, straight up, not be overthinking, hesitating, like being weird, following girls. No, that's why, like, one of the rules about day game is that you don't hesitate. You don't hesitate. You go and you approach regardless, you know. You don't wait. You're not like, oh, waiting in the corner, waiting in the shadows, you know. You can like strategically approach. Like you could, like, if a girl is like maybe busy or she's on the phone, you know, you maybe you wait a little bit, but you don't. That's different, you know. You're not like following a girl because you're a pussy and you're too like scared to approach. That kind of hesitation freaks girls out. So if a girl sees you hesitating and looking at her and kind of following her, she's not going to want to talk to you right after that. However, if you just see her and you say, she's hot as fuck, I'm going to approach, you just approach her. She doesn't see you hesitating at all. She just like, suddenly you're just like in inner space, and you're like talking to her. You open her, You know, and that's her first time she saw you. However, if she has seen you like stalking around her and looking at her from a distance, you've screwed up already. That's why hesitation is really bad, because it's very unattractive. Girls will think, oh, maybe how long has he been here? How long has he been looking at me? They overthink, they get scared. That's why one rule about game is you don't fucking hesitate.
And thing when you say like men are trash and stuff, like if you see something happen and you don't say anything and you don't do anything, you're a part of that group.
Right. Yeah.
And more often than not, a lot of people don't really interject when they see, number one, like domestic violence or someone being stalked. Like they don't really do anything.
So shout out to my guy friends.
Yeah,
step in,
facts.
time and time, literally, like
Shout out to my guy friends. Shout out to my beta orbiter fucking loser guys that like give her way too much attention, and they all want to smash her. They all want to smash her. They're not her friends. They're just beta orbiters that are waiting their turn to hopefully get in her box while she's jumping on Chad's dick. You know, while she's jumping on Chad's dick, that doesn't text her back, doesn't message her, leaves her on unread. Doesn't take her out on dates. Now she just goes back to his place and smashes. Her beta, or shout out to her guy friends. Shout out to her fucking beta orbiter weasel friends, right? Just not a good place. Not a good place to be if you're in a girl's friend zone and you're consistently giving her way too much attention. These bitches, if you got into a fight, these bitches will not have your back. No bitch is gonna have your back. They're gonna run away and leave you in the dirt, getting your ass beat. That's what's gonna happen. All right.
Had my back, and they're like genuinely like good people with good intentions.
Yeah.
Like they would never take advantage. Like
bro. I know, like I totally feel you. When I was on Fresh and Fit, that's how I was, like shaking.
I can imagine. Oh my god, girl, I was shaking. I was watching that with my mom and like.
Look at how unattractive these chicks are. Yeah, bro. Yeah, like just like it's just so unattractive. I don't know. It's just like, it's fine if you want to be like that. That's cool. Like, but it's just like Western women are just so like unattractive in terms of their body language, their personality, their behaviors. Like, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, they're all bangable. Like, I'm not gonna pretend, they're not, like, they're all ugly. No, these are all smashable, but it's their personality that is repulsive. It's like the bro, yes, girl, bitch, like boss bitch. It's like, what the fuck? Jesus Christ, like.
So we were like, I was like, God, it was.
That's what I'm saying. Like me being there, and like Fran afterwards, she was like, "Bro, you were just like shaking, bitch." I was like, "I hope they don't see that in the camera. You really can't." But like, I feel that feeling you're feeling right now, and it fucking sucks. I hate that shit.
It's just pure rage.
No, speaking of Fresh and Fit, people would like to know what do you guys think of them. So go ahead and give your output. What do you think? Are they alphas?
I think they need to get a real job. Not like like no one's against you. Like it's like one of those like groups of guys that like they think the world's against them and every woman is like, you know what I mean? Like just wants to what?
They need to get a real job. Didn't Myron used to be a Secret Service agent? This bitch is a fucking model, right? They need to get a real fucking job. How about this bitch goes out and get a real fucking job? What? Modern women are so fucking ungrateful for every fucking single thing that men do. Look around you. Look at every one of you guys. Look in all the buildings you're in, everything around you. Look around the rooms you're in. Almost all of it is guaranteed made by men. Made, manufactured, constructed. All the buildings you are in, 99 to 100% of men have made it. The building I'm in is guaranteed 100%. All like the structure was all put together by men. Everything, even if I look at the furniture in here, it's all put together by men. They just fucking don't give a fuck. Get a real job. Get the fuck. That pisses me off so much, man. That pisses me off so much. Like, they get a real job. They're so fucking ungrateful. These Western women are so ungrateful. They're ridiculously ungrateful. And yeah, I just can't wait. I just want it to burn. I want it to fall down because these bitches, they need a dose of reality. They need an absolute dose of reality to get a real job. Get the fuck out of here, you little bitch.
Like, you think you're gonna get anywhere, find any love? Like, you just need to be hugged more. Like, you need a hug, but like, just say it with your chest. Like, that's manly.
Yeah.
Own fucking up to. Like, it's pathetic. Like, I don't know. You spend so much time like doing this podcast to what, and like trying to put women down on camera for what?
Right.
So I'm just saying.
I don't know what topic it was. Like they were talking if you went out on a date
On a
without
date.
expecting like any like sexual thing. Like
yes,
after.
like
You're
as a
serious?
woman, have you gone on a date? Yeah, as a woman.
Are you kidding me?
As a woman, have you gone on a date without having any expectations of having sex with a person? Yes, right? Correct. We've gone on dates without
like
having
I'm
any
sorry, I'm
intention.
not
Oh my
gonna like.
God,
I've never met you. Like I'm not gonna.
That's
Again,
what
If you
I'm
think I'm gonna
saying.
trade
I'm not
food
gonna
for
have
sex,
absolutely.
if you think I'm gonna trade food for sex, like, I'm sorry, sir. Like,
right. Like let's be clear. Like they like Fresh and Fit. Like they come across as like we throw ourselves to be like you're gonna take me out to dinner or whatever. Like you asked me for dinner.
I
like,
hate those. That I'm gonna take you out.
Yeah,
I'll
you
let you
are.
know if I wanna take you out.
That's what I'm saying. Like what? But like you know, like when a guy's like, okay, like let me take you out on a date. Let me take you out on a date. Like that's
they really
clearly him
emphasize it
inviting
too.
it, you know, like what I'm saying. Like
I'm gonna treat
it's like
you
I'm
right.
gonna
like all this shit.
I'm gonna romance you.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like you know, like, and I'm sorry,
Pick
it's
a
what
struggle.
you said. I'm not going to trade food for sex. Like again, personality is everything. Like
first date is to meet someone, to get to know them. It's not to go fuck. Like this
That's
isn't
what
like
I'm
a Tinder
saying.
meetup, bitch. This is a fucking date.
and you know, like when they made a comment saying like, oh, like.
Yeah, so Up and Adam says chicks like this are all about themselves and leveling up. So even if they had a good guy, they would still shit all over him and then complain about it later. Exactly. Yeah. So you know, it's like this bitch says like it's all about personality. It's like no, personality. You know, I will be honest and I will say personality does matter. But if you're just all about personality and you don't hit the gym and you don't try and like you don't have a fresh haircut, you're not wearing good cologne and you're not wearing, you know, nice clothes, these bitches won't give you the time to spit that personality. They won't give you the time. These bitches are fucking liars. This bitch talks about the middle bitch talks about Tinder. Go on Tinder. Just go on Tinder. Just go on Tinder. It's so easy for guys. Shut the fuck up. Like they have no idea what it's like on like dating apps cannot even be used by the vast majority of men. Seriously, men cannot use dating apps. They're kicked to the curb. Like they will not get matches. They will not cut it because most men don't know about what it takes. Most men don't understand. Like they just don't understand. They think I don't know. They just don't understand what's going on. You know, with sexual marketplace. That's why more and more guys are getting online and finding channels like mine, and you know, finding channels like obviously like Fresh and Fit, you know, Modern Life Dating, because guys are getting online and getting red pilled, but still most guys just accept it. And they think, oh, I must be ugly, it must be shit, you know. And it's not necessarily that they're ugly, it's just that girls have access to the top tier guys on these dating apps, you know, top tier as in like genetically gifted by, you know, with facial structure and shit like that. Not to be a black pill or anything, but on dating apps that does matter. So personality doesn't really mean shit on dating apps. You really need to sell yourself like physically on a dating app to get yourself in the fucking door. And you know, the better the better you look, the more likely she's gonna be to let you speak to her or like listen to you. It's the same goes for day game, especially in day game, you know. Yeah, it's just fucking. Yeah, let me see. Yeah, let me continue with it.
They asked all the guys in the room. They were like, "Oh, do you when you take out a girl, like, do you expect like something like sexual after?" And every guy said yes.
That's so insane. Like that's such a huge problem. Like that's so
I
wild.
think that's
Bro,
like,
buy a pocket
ridiculous.
pussy. If you were that thirsty for fucking sex, go buy a pocket pussy. Like the odds of you going to get somewhere with that mentality is slim to none. If I can tell that a man, if I'm going on a first
It's
date,
kind of
right?
concerning. Like if that's the case, like it's kind of concerning.
It's
like, No,
it's also predatory. If I'm meeting someone for the first time and they're already like,
yeah, it's just so you know that there's very.
See the language, the shaming language these girls will use, like trying to like incriminate men, like predatory, like these girls like oh like your language is violence. These women are like it's very devious, very manipulative, very dangerous. These women know how much power they hold, when it comes to like they know that they could ruin a man's life, if especially blue pill men. Red pill men are more likely to be more like savage and more likely to not bow down to like what comes at them, because they know the more red pill men know, the more they bow down, the more they cower away, the more like the weight of the whatever the mob will come down on top of them, so they're gonna like fight it. But blue pill men will like, oh, I'm so sorry, and then they'll come they'll come down more. The more you apologize to the mob, the more the mob will come after you. So I really don't believe in apologies. Like I'm kind of like Trump in that manner. Like apologizing is you should be very stingy with your apologies. Like I'd say that to all men. Like you should be very stingy. I mean, if you do something wrong to a close friend of yours, obviously, or a family member, you can apologize. But apologizing publicly, like to the mob, never. Like if you think you didn't do something wrong, you absolutely should not apologize under any circumstances. But yeah, these bitches, yeah, they're manipulative, devious. Quite honestly, they're dangerous. That's why you gotta be careful.
Like there's nothing, there's no foundation. Like if you just fucking like
you're building something.
It's empty. Like that's like I'm not really sexually like wanting to do anything with you if I'm not like intrigued. If I'm not, if I don't want to just like hook up with people, whether you're pretty or not. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can look at you and be like, okay, cool. But like, it doesn't make me want to hook up with you. Yeah. If you're funny, if you tease me, if we like have chemistry, like you need to build it up. You can't just be like one day.
These three bitches are toxic as fuck. Toxic. And the thing is, there's so many of like these are not some type of anomaly in Western culture. These women are the norm, I would say. Entitled, obnoxious, loud, masculine, just dangerous women to be around. Like they're just gonna bring a lot of shit, a lot of drama into your life that you're not really gonna want. Like you're really not gonna want it. Like the type of bitch that will give you a bad name for putting your hand on her leg or something like in a date. Just absurd shit. Like just absurd shit. Meanwhile, like if you're hot enough, if you turn her on, she'll like suck your dick in the fucking bathroom of the nightclub kind of thing. And she'll want to be choked and she'll want to be choked out while you're face fucking her. Meanwhile, the guy that gets me too'd puts his hand on her leg and is really genuine about the whole interaction. He just wants to fuck her. He wants to go on a date. He wants to have sex. He puts his hand on her leg. He's like real timid about it, and she's like, "Oh my god, you're putting your hand on my leg," and she'll make a big deal out of it. Yeah, you get the point. You get the point. If you're alpha enough for these bitches, if you're like, if you're her type, if you turn her on enough, if you're hot, the hot Chad, like I said, you'll be face fucking her in the bathroom, raw dogging her, all the above. Meanwhile, the guy that tries to touch your hand gets me too. There you have it. This is what these bitches are about. Be careful, guys.
Foreplay.
Dude, yes.
If you go like 2 dates without like making like any sort on a girl, especially with your penis, like oh my god, sexy. The improvement in your love life, I swear, like you will get a call back. Like girls won't hate you.
I was gonna say literally. Like if you don't go like any sort of like touchy blah blah blah, I'm like,
yeah.
Because it's so not common too, so it's kind of like it is a turn on. Like it's like respect.
Like like you respect me,
right?
Okay.
Like,
And if you just want
100%.
sex, then don't take anybody out to dinner. Like, just tell them that you want to have sex.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, I feel like you could perfectly go to a club and like.
Exactly. There's so many like
Other methods.
other methods of seeking sex, but it's not through a first date and like pretending to try to get to know one just to
mad
fuck
at the
them.
woman for like not being about it. I don't know. It's a little
so weird. Like,
right.
There's Tinder for that, or just be like, listen, like, I'm not looking for anything serious.
Be
and there's
straightforward.
yes.
Talk.
Just like I feel like especially like yes, and I feel like especially like nowadays, like we're in 2021. I feel like the more open-minded you are, the more like straightforward you are, like the better.
Say like you want sex off the bat, there's going to be plenty of women that have that same mentality and will be willing to do that. Like there's no need to like manipulate, coerce.
Absolutely.
And when you're open about things, when you're like blunt, it's nice, you know, like you get to know like
when you're open about things, when you're nice. Liars, man. Liars. These bitches never listen to these women. They are straight up full of dog shit. Liars. Like just pure fucking lies. Like they don't. Women cannot give you dating advice. Oh, yes, bitch. Just get on Tinder. Oh, like, you know, if you're a guy looking for sex, just get on Tinder. So easy. You know, it's like, oh my God, these bitches, like, they have no idea, like, you know, because they think every guy, I don't know what they think. I don't know what their lens is for the world. Like, they just think every guy can get sex easily. It's just like they get on Tinder and swipe right and just find some slut that's going to come around and suck your dick. For most guys, for the vast majority of guys, that's not going to work. They don't understand what it takes. You know, they might be even above average. Even if you're an above average guy, I'm talking about above like a 5 and up, you know, 5.5, 6, 7. Even guys that are 7s out of 10 are going to struggle on dating apps if they don't know how to use the app, use it properly, and hit all the points, the algorithm, everything is going against them. The companies, the algorithm, female nature, just in general. So yeah, it's just total madness. I mean, yeah, just be blunt. Just be blunt. Just tell a girl, like, listen, you are not going to get, like, as a rule of thumb, like, sometimes, occasionally, rarely, depending on the girls, sometimes you can start talking about sex before you have sex, but like 9 out of 10 times you don't. Like, you're going to leave so much pussy on the table if you start like saying, hey, you know, I'm just going to be blunt about it. You know, I want to take you back to my place and I just want to fuck you, you know. Just blunt. I just want, you know, do I have your consent? Can you sign this form? And, you know, do I have your consent to like touch your hand? You sound like a fucking, they will be so turned off. This type of shit really pisses me off because it's fucking lies, you know. It's not, female nature does not females in general do not, you know, respond well to men being blunt, you know, being blunt about anything to do with sex. They don't want to be told, you know, before. You know, they just want it to happen. They just want, you know, you to bring them back to your place, and they want it to roll out to sex. They don't want to have to be told that they're going. What's going to happen if you discuss sex before having sex? They're going to overthink it. They're going to be like, oh, do I really like this guy? Is he that attractive? However, if you just roll ahead with it and bring them back to your place and chill and relax and, you know, just start kissing them, you know, start filling them up, you know, move on, and then that'll roll out the sex naturally. It'll be this just natural thing, and they'll get turned on along the way. You know, these women are full of fucking garbage, full of trash, man. They're fucking entitled, you know, obnoxious, you know. Yeah, I'm so grateful to live in Japan right now, because thankfully, and you know, I don't know how long this culture in Japan is going to last, but I hope it lasts here for a long time, because it'd be very hard to find women like this in Japan. Yeah, I'm not saying they're not here, but they're in this extreme minority, I would say.
The deeper parts of this person versus someone who's just like doesn't want to be vulnerable, right? Doesn't want to speak about their experiences or anything. Like, it's just like there's no substance to it. That was great.
Oh my God, wait. Actually, I do want to say something before. I feel like also in that podcast, they expect every girl to be the same and to think the same. And I'm just like, you are so wrong. Like, I feel
let's continue.
Like, I just feel like you have just had the worst experience with women.
Or you took one to heart and you did not let that shit go.
Yeah,
and go to yoga.
Exactly.
It's unhealed trauma. That's
Yeah.
what it is.
And
One experience, like,
or your parents, like, see them like your mom left your.
Who hurt you? Who hurt you? Such fucking so stereotypical. So stereotypical. That's their only comeback. Who hurt you? It's bullshit.
Dad or somebody. Like something, or someone broke someone's heart and it's affected you deeply. Like, there's other ways to cope with it than like having this like pessimistic view in life forever.
Yes, and like I watched the podcast that you were on, and there was like one girl, I'm not gonna say her name, that she was like, I will not date anyone that like makes less than like $4 million a year. Like,
I was like,
what are you?
Tell me where that man is.
Like, where does it? Like, what is
that? And that was
See this bitch in the middle? Tell me where that man is. So they're obviously a girl that they're obviously criticizing the girl that wants $4 million from a man, which obviously deserves criticism. But this chick in the middle gives herself away because she's like, where is that man? They like every one of these girls would like a man that has $4 million. And this chick in the middle just like gave it away. But where is that man? Like, because that's actually what they would like. They would like that. It's obviously absurd for any female to expect that. She's not. It's like outrageous thing to like expect a man to be earning $4 million. Like, for that to be the basic requirements. And this is how entitled. Your basic bitch has become. Why the fuck do they think they're worth $4 million? But I'm not saying these women are expecting that much money, but they would all like that much money. That they, so money does matter.
The worst part was like, not only are the men like sexist and misogynist, but they have women there that agree with them, and I'm like,
are you serious?
Yes, I
know.
Yes. She was saying, she's the one that said it. She literally said, "I will not go out with a guy that makes
under $4 million."
And so, what's the point of them being there? Like, do they think that they want women? Wait, so they invite these women that agree with them to not have a debate, just to like
agree on their sexist points? That's what I'm saying. That's Fresh and Fit's whole thing, is they invite girls who literally have no like. I'm not.
Look at the dumb bimbo kind of shit that they do, like, and it's just pure manipulative lies. Like, no, a lot of girls on the Fresh and Fit podcast debate them and disagree with them, and that's the whole point. These bitches are such fucking liars. They're liars. Manipulative, female manipulation. They'll turn the whole thing around. The whole point of these having these chicks on the Fresh and Fit podcast is to actually, hash out, have debates, have girls that disagree. And a lot of them do. A lot of them end up getting so obnoxious and so entitled that they have to be thrown off because they're like this, they're wrecking the show, they're not able to have a polite discussion. But I mean, women on the Fresh and Fit podcast disagree all the time. It just, when it gets to a point where they're so obnoxious and they're like kind of destroying the quality of the show, that they have to be Frank Castle. They have to be thrown off the show. But these bitches are so manipulative. You can see female manipulation here, the lies. Oh, so they just get on girls just to agree with everything. And it's like, that's not what happens. Some girls agree, most girls disagree, I would say.
Not like trying to hate on women or whatever, but they invite women who agree with their sexist ideals to continue pushing this ideology. And like, obviously they didn't know that me and Fran weren't like that. Like, if you look at my Instagram, some stupid blonde bitch, she's a model, like she's not smart or whatever. Well, they saw like what an actual woman who's educated on feminism thinks. And this is, I'm telling you, like, the way I think, these women agree with the majority of things that I say. Like, this is the mindset of most women who are confident in themselves and love themselves enough to attract a good man.
Right. And the whole thing, like, with like the girl with the $4 million and whatever, I'm like, it's okay. Like, it's totally okay. Like, if that's how you want to live your life, and like,
teach their own.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, I just want them to understand that there's like those types of girls do exist, but also like girls that think like the complete opposite way. They also like, they exist.
Want us to give them the benefit of the doubt about men. Not all men are trash, blah blah blah, or like whether they don't even probably try to debate that, but like You know what I mean? Like, if you want mercy or any way, like, humans range. Like, how are you supposed to think that one person functions the way, like, you found a few dumb friends that all think the same, and you guys now do what you do.
Yeah.
But, like, that doesn't mean the whole world thinks just because you guys agree in your room together. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. And the thing is, they don't even want like a discussion. Like, I had points that differed from everyone else that I was here to offer, and instead of listening and just being like, oh, they're not like, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, nope, wrong, like completely, like I was like, oh, I love an emotional man. They're like, no, women don't. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? I'm a woman right here with a vagina, and I'm telling you right here live that I like emotional men.
Women will always highlight the exception to the rule. So the whole point of the Fresh and Fit podcast is to discuss facts that are the rule, stuff that is in the vast majority. They're not going to highlight the one girl out of 5,000 that enjoys a man crying on her shoulder and talking about his feelings, and a man that gets tattoos of her on his arm and then cries to her after he had a fight at work, and he comes home and tells her like that he's being bullied at work, and then he sits on her lap, and then she cuddles him, and the one out of 5,000 that gets off to that, it's this bullshit, that these women are always highlighting the exception to the rule. But there's one woman that can do this, so, but there is a one. I heard one woman had a baby and she was 51 years old, and it's like, all right, okay, that's like 1 out of 10 million. Like, okay, so is that a good strategy to follow? And the baby turned out to be disabled and autistic and all like missing, you know what I mean? Like these women will highlight the extreme, not only the exception, but the extreme exception. So it's like any normal rational being doesn't deny that there are exceptions to the rule. Like there's some woman out there that it likes emotional emo guys. They're exceptions to the rule, but most women are disgusted. Remember how disgusted these women were when they talked about the guy getting the tattoo of her ex, the girl on the right? They were all fucking disgusted, and they're letting they're showing the true feelings there. Women will just mix in a lot of truth with a lot of cap, a lot of lies, and it's just like all kind of this emotional like vomit. Like it's kind of just like there is truth in some, you can pick out some nuggets. There's some truth in what they're saying, and then it'll be mixed in with a lot of lies. So I don't even think they know what is true and what's false and what they're saying. It's just like their feelings, like they're just spewing feelings out,
Man, you're telling me I don't like.
Right. It's like, how do you know what I want? Like, again, like,
how are you gonna tell other women what they want? You know what I mean?
How
like,
weird.
What
each
are
woman
you
wants
saying?
a different thing, so ask each one what they want, and that's
like us just making it. All men want this, and they're like, no, I like this, and no, we're like, no, you don't.
Exactly. Like, let me completely disregard everything.
Really, I want to know your relationship's going on.
That's what I'm saying.
I really genuinely do. I want to know the relationship with your moms, yourself. Like,
if you have
yoga,
sisters,
do you want to meditate?
Yes. Myron, the asshole, actually does have a sister. I don't know. It's so weird to me how that man has fully a sister and still thinks the way he does. I'm like,
I don't know.
Has she ever like commented about like his podcast or anything?
Not that women will always go to shaming tactics and abuse. Like once women start getting in their feelings, they'll stop debating the facts and they will go to personal attacks on people. And that's the thing that toxic women like this will do. They'll go to their feelings and start they'll stop debating the facts. Facts become irrelevant, and facts are what we should only care about.
I doubt it. I doubt his family even knows that he has this podcast because he does it under an alias, under Myron.
They always
That's not
have
his real
those.
name. It's like Amru Fadul or like some shit. Like he does it under a fake name. And his name Myron Gaines. You know why he chose that name? Because he thinks people are admiring his games. Hello. Oh, that's our cue.
Right.
See this toxic fucking shit these fucking lies coming out of her mouth, right? You know, more fucking lies. It's just an alias. And why does someone like Myron need an alias? Because people will come and try and destroy a man's life. They will, like these hypocrites, these little spoiled brats, these little entitled, spoiled, obnoxious brats that never had to deal with any adversity in their lives. You know, come around and say, oh, he's using an alias, he's a coward. Why? Because these women would go to his workplace. If Myron was still working at the, I guess he was working as an agent, they would go to his workplace, they would get him fired, they would do this, that, and the other. And these dirty little hypocrites, these little weasels, will go and say, oh, he's such a coward because he's using an alias. Oh, get a real job. These filthy little hypocrites, these little cowards, these spoiled children, you know, they really boil my fucking piss because how fucking entitled they are. You know, oh, he's using an alias because you, bitch, will go to his workplace and demand he gets fired. Try and not only that, you would love to get him put in jail. These bitches would love, you know, to take men's freedom away. That's what the whole lefty, that's all this progressive shit. It's all trying to put men down, trying to take away their freedoms, trying to get them criminalized, trying to, like, that's what they're trying to do. It's all about, you know, it's all about control. It's all about putting men down. And yeah, it's sickening, really. It's just so annoying. And then even the bullshit petty thing she says, you know, the lie again, Myron Gaines, it's obviously refers to his, like, you know, his fitness gains. That's what you call getting muscle gains, right? It's a, you know, it's not about people. Where in Myron Gaines does it say admiring my gains? It means Myron Gaines. I mean, it's a clever, it's just a clever way to, you know, have an alias. You know, Myron Gaines. It's not, how is it admire my gains? I didn't hear that part. But just these manipulative lies, you know, just shit talking. They need to be called out. Really, more men really need to call out this fucking toxic bullshit.
Next. Because when I called out Fresh and Fit, people were like, you're a clout chaser. Like, you're doing this for clout. I'm like, girl, it's called...
I never even knew who they were.
No one knows who the fuck these guys are.
Right.
No one.
Like,
we're not in 8th grade.
Like, literally, no one knows who the fuck Fresh and Fit are. Only the incels that watch their shit. No one else anywhere in the world knows who the fuck these people are. Clout chasing weird.
But it is another crazy thing.
See, again with the insults, again with the manipulation. Only the incels, getting a little entitled, obnoxious fucking bitch that she is, you know. You know, they'll always come back to incels. Oh, you're an incel, you're a simp, you know. And it's funny when girls use that insult, as, you know, girls will try and put men down, you know, red pill men as being simps, when it's like they don't understand the meaning of simp. You're obviously, if you're red pill aware, you're obviously not being a simp. If you're calling out toxic women, you're obviously not a simp, you know. So they'll use these shaming tactics, and it's just they're being hypocrites when they, in everything they say. Yeah, it's just funny when they call, you know, them incels. No one knows about them, yet they're talking about them, yet they're doing a show about them. And it's like, you know, it's just funny.
About this, it's scary to see how many, like, subscribers they have and how many
people agree with them.
Men agree, and they're like,
when you started debating with these people, and I see their page, I was like, wow, there's a community of them.
It's so scary.
Or
like
you
terrifying.
See how many people in the world, like, have been completely misguided, and, like, just like,
yeah,
where did this come from? Where did this mindset, like, make you think, like, this brings you comfort in any way? Like, you need love, or, like, you need something in your life, and this is what you're, like, filling the void with, just like hate and like
Hate,
it's so it really
exactly.
is just so dumb. Like you're not gonna get anywhere with this. Like you're gonna keep disagreeing with people. You're not gonna find real relationships.
It's so dangerous. But Fresh and Fit's like subscriber count is going down because recently they got called out by like another popular creator. So their subscriber count has been going down. So they're so fucking desperate for followers. They're telling people they're giving away a Rolex, like thousands of dollars, like prizes for subscribe to their channel.
Shit, all right, let me subscribe. Real quick. A Rolex,
Maybe,
a Rolex.
maybe I do fuck with Fresh and Fit after all.
Like, I'm just kidding. I would never keep your Rolex.
Yeah, keep
I'm
your
okay.
fucking Rolex. Seriously,
I do not need that. I don't want that.
Truly embarrassing. Like, imagine bribing your followers with a fucking Rolex. Like, follow me,
Imagine
please follow me. Girl, get it?
Imagine having to deal with this bitch. Imagine a fucking beta weasel that's going to end up with this girl. You would have to be a beta little weasel to settle with. And there's lines of them. There's lines of men just like lining up to date this girl, and if they can fucking have her. Imagine dealing with this obnoxious, annoying bitch every single day, and she's gonna ruin his life. I guarantee she is gonna wreck his life. She's so damaged, this chick. This chick is so fucking entitled. It's unbelievable. And you know, the guy's giving away a Rolex. It's called fucking marketing. These bitches wouldn't have a fucking clue what that's about. You know, again with the shaming tactics they use, but yeah, it's just you know, you see, like, you know, they're probably all gonna, they're such hypocrites, you know, when they said, like, you know, this bitch is like saying she's gonna subscribe. She probably fucking will subscribe. They're so fickle as well. Like their views are so fickle. All this bullshit is like, it's a fashion accessory to them. They don't believe their own shit, but regardless, they're all extremely damaged.
Together. This is a good one. How do they want a guy to approach them? How traditional are they when it comes to men and women? I guess so we can go over like what is an appropriate time to approach a woman if you're trying to, like, I don't know, get their number or something.
Like at a club or something?
Anywhere.
I mean,
I'll tell you how to not to do it, because I actually had an experience like 2 weeks ago where I biked to the beach by myself, right?
Oh.
Yeah, and then it was a great time. And there was a guy there, and I noticed the guy, like, every time I went in the water, like, he went in the water.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I was like, weird. So I was like, I'm gonna leave. So I packed my shit, and then I noticed he packs his shit, and I was like, fuck my fucking life. And it's at Jetties, so I'm walking that long ass walk.
Oh my god.
And I hear clink, clink, clink behind me. I'm like, bro, he's like following me, essentially. So I'm like, God damn it. So I pull up to my bike, and I'm like unlocking my bike, and he like walks by. He's like, have a good day. And I was like, oh, have a good day. And then he's like, oh, by the way, like, where are you from? And I was like, fuck my life. That's when you know. As soon as like, where are you from? Fuck.
Always.
You're fucked. So this guy's like trying to start a fucking conversation, and he was like, I was gonna approach you at the beach, but I didn't want to be creepy. And I was like, I literally told him, I was like,
a guy with Jetties did that to me too.
Okay, guys. So there is a good lesson to be learned from this. This is what I talked about earlier in the show. This is why when you do cold approach women, you don't hesitate, because, you know, first of all, you know, whatever, you're going to run into, like, there's the thing, you know, you are going to run into when you're doing day game, doing cold approaches, you are going to run into obnoxious bitches that you're not, toxic bitches that you're not really going to want anything to do with. That is why you learn game. That is why you learn about female nature. But it's part of the game. You're gonna run into them. But the thing is, this is why you don't hesitate, you know, because you can roll up to a bitch and, you know, cold approach her, and she'll be cool with it. Like I said, you know, she'll talk to you, you'll get her number, you'll arrange a date, and you smash her, right? But if she sees you hesitating, and if she sees you kind of looking at her and then approaching her like 10 minutes later and like following her and shit, you know, the same girl that might have given you her number, might have went on a date with you, might have fucked you, you will like think you're a complete creep and like not like want anything to do with you. And like, you know, this is why, you know, hesitation, not a good idea. See a hot girl, suck it up and just fucking approach. Doesn't matter if you're feeling awkward, nervous, anything. Just go and approach her, get it over and done with. It's not going to be a big deal. Just try and get the number, you know, make a good impression. That's what it takes to be having sex with a lot of hot girls on a regular basis. So you got to do it. Cut out the hesitation.
2 years ago, the same exact thing. He followed me literally, and I gave him my number out of like.
Same, me too. I was like, what am I supposed to do? So obviously I gave my number. He texted me and never fucking responded, obviously.
Right.
But, like, if personally, if there's a woman alone,
do not
somewhere,
come up to them.
I don't think that's inappropriate.
Don't approach.
Do not do it.
So like,
he said whatever, and then he left you alone.
That's the
Please do not approach. Like, don't listen to bitches. Bitches will not give guys good dating advice. Don't approach. Don't approach. How humans wouldn't, if men didn't approach women, humans would like stop procreating. It would just like, there would just be none. We wouldn't exist if men didn't approach women. It's like, it's part of, it's nature. These bitches are going like, it's in their nature to want this, because they only want the alpha men to approach them. This is like a defensive mechanism. They don't want the beta weaklings approaching them. They do want the alpha guys approaching them. Don't get it twisted. They 100% they want, but this is a way to make the, to repel the beta guys, to make them afraid to approach them, but absolutely, if you're alpha, if she likes you, if she likes your style, she wants you to approach. But they're putting out this information as a kind of like to weed out the weak guys, right? To weed them out.
Best part. Team to know when to leave.
Yes.
Like, it's nothing personal, but it's also like, all right.
When you overstay, you're welcome. Immediately after that, I never want to talk to you again.
Yeah.
It's so true. It's first.
Again, actually a good lesson to be learned here. It is true. This is why you learn about female nature. This is why you learn about female body language. This is why you learn game. This is why you get a lot of reps in, because it is like, I gotta, props were, I'm not going to disagree just because I don't like her, but no, it is true. Like, when you got to learn to understand when a woman doesn't want to talk to you. Like, there's a difference between shit tests, hesitation, and a chick that literally like is just kind of like talking to you just to, like, I don't know, for maybe no reason. But you got to understand when a woman is not interested in talking to you, and then you gotta eject from the situation. Try and get the number, get the number, but eject from the situation. If the girl is not being responsive, she's not giving away good body language signals, and then bounce out of the situation. It's not a big deal. It's really easy to learn over time. You'll understand it. It just takes time. But it is true.
So for me, like,
bad ways to approach. I don't know. I think we.
Okay.
Like, you should know the vibe.
Yeah, exactly. Especially, I feel like the biggest one is if they're alone, especially if they're like listening to music, or don't make them take their earphones
They're
out,
doing a job.
or they're working out, not and things like that.
If
absolute horse shit, absolute fucking horse shit. I have fucked a lot of girls that have been wearing earphones, and most girls, I'd say 9 out of 10 girls, are going to be wearing earphones in walking down the street. That does not mean that they don't want, that does not mean that they're not open to being seduced. Obviously it's better if they're not, but seriously, all you have to do is roll up beside a girl, wave at her, get her attention. If she doesn't take out the earphones, then you don't need to talk to her. You can just dip out. But if she takes them out, you say your piece, compliment, introduction, question. That's just an example of one. Like, I'm telling you guys, these women are liars, like lying. They're giving out bad advice. It's not good. I have smashed plenty of hot women that I've cold approached, gotten numbers from a lot of women that have been wearing earphones in. I would say if girls in Tokyo are out and about, 9 out of 10 of them are going to be wearing earphones. It's definitely not a how you'd say it. It definitely doesn't mean that they're not open to being seduced. So just something to like really, because like I said, a lot of women will be wearing earphones.
If I'm with my mom, don't do that either.
That's
like,
so weird. That
is
so
weird. I feel like that is so disrespectful.
Don't,
like, I'm with
when
my mom,
I'm walking on the
with my
street
friends.
and you're in a car, don't pull up when I'm walking on the street. Put your window down and be
the
like,
whistling,
catcalling.
The catcalling and the whistling, to me, I do not like. Am I a dog? Do I look like it? Do I have a tail? Do I have a tail?
All right, they have to know this though. Yeah, we have to tell them how to approach. because they
No,
can't.
you
No,
know, the
all of
catcalling's
them
not
are
working.
dumb. There's some smart.
Catcalling, not good.
It. Literally
Yeah.
shouting from your
Whistling,
window,
not
shouting
good.
from a window.
Maybe breaking it off with a non-creepy joke.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or compliment her about something not on her body. I heard about that. That one's good.
Something specific. Something
Yeah.
like
Just one more thing about the earphones. I'm literally about to go on a date with a girl that was wearing earphones. I opened her, I went for a walk with her, and I made out with her. I got to first base on the cold approach. I walked with her, got a coffee, and didn't close the deal, but I made out with her on the first, on the immediate date. I made it was a good makeout session, and now she's coming to my station, and we're gonna, we'll see what happens. But I already got the first base. So, and this girl was wearing earphones. These women are full of crap. Do not give out good advice. Do not listen to them.
Yeah.
oh, I love your dress. I love your
Right.
style. I
Right.
love blah blah. But like, you're so beautiful. You're just, like,
You know
thank
what I
you. But like,
mean?
we hear that all
It's
the
just
time.
like it doesn't.
Again, I'm not going to disagree with them just because I don't like them. They are correct in saying that. When you do approach a woman, you should compliment something about her style. Something, just an observation about anything. Like, you shouldn't go up and say, "Oh, you're beautiful." So like I said, these women do mix in some truth with all the horse shit they're giving out. There is some truth in there. I'm not going to just disagree with everything they say because I'm a fucking emotional little bitch. No. And like, if they say something correct, I'm going to agree with them. Right. So she's right about this annoying bitch in the middle. She's correct. When you cold approach a woman, you don't need to go up and say, "Oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, I love your looks. Oh, you're so hot." No, you sounds weak. Sounds like lame. She's like, it's not special. It's not interesting. And, compliment anything, her style, her high heels, her bag, say, "Oh, where'd you get that? Where'd you get those denims? Or where'd you get that bag? It's cool. Like, I like it," or, anything. But not a direct, like, "Oh, you're beautiful. You're cute. It's just better. So she is correct about that.
Right, like we want to have something more meaningful.
Yeah.
Guys, so like maybe like then more than looks, like maybe like something like maybe he likes my sense of fashion, he likes my hair up, like, or so, like
something.
And then again, Shane Menger is 100% correct here. If you're Chad enough, you can go up and say, "Hey," like, you can go up to them and say anything. Like, honestly, it's not like a good strategy, but I'm just saying, like, there's like, it's just, there's all kinds of things. Like, they'll break rules for the Chads, and but you just kind of want to, you want to play it. You need to have kind of systems in place. You need to have a strategy. So it's just better to say, compliment something about them rather than saying, "Oh, you're sexy" or something. But yeah, you're right. Like, Chad, if he's Chad enough and she's if he's her type, Chad can go up to her and say, "You're fucking sexy as fuck. I want to bang you." But it's not a good strategy. I'm not recommending it. I don't I don't encourage it, but it is true. They will do that.
Something else other than like
exactly, like
beauty and stuff.
exactly,
Yeah.
because it's like it shows how much like they're into you. Like, they were very observant to like a certain something,
observant,
like,
attentive,
like
attention to
very
detail.
detailed. Like,
There you go.
Just
Detail
kill.
oriented.
Where are you from? Like, where are you from? I never want to hear that again. Like, I'm here now. That's what matters. I'm here now. Okay. Like,
I admire that, like, because I feel like it also can be too like easy on guys to like approach it. But like, you can totally feel when a girl is like not feeling it or like uncomfortable. Like, you can tell. Like, they're not gonna give you attention. They're not gonna want to keep the conversation going. Like, like,
and they still keep
the signs are there. Like, that's what you guys need to stop. Like, I feel like when you feel that like awkwardness, like, you're clearly making her uncomfortable, or like
And this is why you need to learn game as a man, because yes, women, she's right. Women hate guys that don't get it, right? And if you don't get it as a man, they really hate it, right? So if you're a guy and you're cold approaching a girl, you're just talking shit to her, even though she's giving off, like, sometimes these women will just continue talking to you even though they're not interested in talking to you, just because I don't know why really, but maybe they don't know how to get out of a conversation or whatnot. But that is why you need to learn about women. You need to learn about their body language. You need to get reps in, because you need to start putting two and two together and understanding when they actually want to talk to you and when they don't. Because like I said, some women will waste your fucking time, and you're wasting your own time if you can't pick up on like social signals, like, you know, body language. You know, is she responsive? Is she smiling? Is she giggling? Is she asking questions back? You know, if she's doing none of those, then dude, like, just fucking like shoot for the contact and bounce out. There's no need to spend fucking 10, 15, 20 minutes talking to a bitch that it does not want to talk to you. That's facts.
Clearly just wants to be alone, or like leave the, you know, like the premises. Like, just like leave her. Because
if you really are looking for like advice on how to talk to girls, it's not Fresh and Fit, it's not Donovan Sharp, it's none of these guys who are degrading women constantly. Like, just because you were hurt in the past does not mean that you get to express this anger on like everybody around you. Like, go to therapy, baby. And I promise life is gonna look so much brighter for you. And you're dating.
There's 100%. Yes.
So
everybody in this world should do therapy.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
It's like
a safe
stress.
place for you.
Yes,
A safe
exactly.
place.
A safe
There's
place,
always somewhere that you need a friend.
You know, if I tell my friends, they're gonna be on my side. They're gonna want to
And
tell me everything to make me feel better. You know, like the therapist is just gonna tell me straight up, like, you know, she's not gonna want to, like,
she has no
nice
bias.
about
Yeah,
it.
exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
So I think everyone should explore that option if available to you.
Yeah.
So I guess our conclusion was go to therapy.
Go to
therapy. Or Chick-fil-A's here. Hee hee.
God.
But thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Muted again. Yeah, there you have it. Full of cap, full of some like, I'm not gonna. There was a few lessons in there. There was more than a few lessons in there. That's why it's worth watching it. Like, although it's full of crap, there's lessons in it. You know, that's why it's good to critique it, because when you're looking at that, you're looking at the majority of women out there. But yeah, once again, guys, thanks for listening in. We'll have a look at the old trailer for Pandemic Took Up Again.
But a World Health official said the Delta strain is faster, fitter, and will move through communities more efficiently and pick off the unvaccinated.
The president telling Americans to expect more restrictions after internal CDC documents warn the war has changed.
Has increased from 12,431 to 42,323 in just a week. That's an increase of 243%.
Hey, you see this?
Here we go again.
The men are gonna need us.
It definitely will. This is getting crazy.
It's time to unite.
Let's do this.
All right, guys. Yeah, that's the pandemic pickup Delta variant. We just finished filming all the content for the course curriculum yesterday, so it's going to be launched on September 30th. Access to pandemic pickup 1.0. Whole course. This course 10 online modules on online game mastery featuring modern life dating. New content. This is for this one. 10 modules on day game featuring Mac the Day Gamer. Obviously, new content. Exclusive modules on consensual sexual escalation, a female model, which we filmed yesterday, which is fucking great stuff. I mean, this is stuff I actually use. Like, all of these escalation techniques are stuff I genuinely use. Like, these have all been used, and I continue to use them, and I switch them up, and I enjoy switching them up. And there's just different ways to escalate when you have a girl back in your place, because it's really important. You could have done all the hard work, you know, yeah. So you could have done all the hard work, and gone on dates, and you finally get a girl back to your place. If you don't escalate like if smoothly, you can like waste a lot of time, like, because some girls will bounce if you do it like poorly and clumsily. They'll get cold feet and like not get turned on and leave your place, and you don't want that. You don't want to waste all that time. You don't want to waste all that time like putting in effort to go on going on all these dates to get to done all that work to get a girl finally back to your place, and then not escalate properly. So these, like, we did a bunch of different escalation techniques, and like I said, these are ones I literally use, like all of them. They're not some kind of fake internet, like, these are some bullshit escalation techniques. These are actually ones that you can use effectively, and it's going to be a good part of the course, just to seal the deal, and like, the final step when you're about to have sex. These can be extremely effective, really smooth ways, just like transition into sex too, like, chef or chef or P says, first time seeing the live stream. What's up, Mac? What's up, bro? Welcome to the stream. Let me share something. So yeah, get on go to my homepage. Go to my homepage, scroll down to the bottom, and put in your email right here. Don't know who that is, but probably just gonna ignore it. So scroll down to the bottom of the page, put your email in, post the link in the chat, and then you will be kept up to date about the pandemic pickup Delta variant. And when we launch on the 30th, I will send out the sign up link, and you're going to be good to go. You're going to be good to join the course. So yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today. I'm going to go and meet a chick now, and the girl that was wearing earphones when I cold approached her. So I'll be back tomorrow for another live stream. So until then, have a good one, guys. Peace out. Bye bye.